Hi everyone, this is Cyber here. I'm here today to bring you a new video about Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game. This was a just dropped today by comicbook.com. They got an exclusive interview with Friday the 13th lessons and the competition of a 3 versus 7 gameplay. This is an interview with Randy Greenback, worked on Friday the 13th game, helps catch up the genre. So let's get into this. I'm going to try to break it down and just talk about thoughts and stuff about the questions, and then I'm gonna give some feedback and that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. I'm trying not to read everything for word. I'm gonna jump around and just try to put on stuff. Some stuff I will read word for word. So yeah, uh, read the question you talked about. We're working on Friday the 13th game. We can see some of those elements like Proxy's chat incorporated into Killer Clowns the game. Aside from putting it too much pressure on the killer. What didn't work in Friday the 13th that you'd like to move away from it? So he doesn't talk about what didn't work. He wants to talk about what did work. He talks about like how people interacted in the game and how they came up with stories and different things each round, and it just like brought a new life to the game. So everyone pretty much wrote their own stories. That's what he wants to do. So let's scroll down here. It says, for example, we're looking to double or triple down on the possibilities of gameplay. I really like the fate of this as players writing their own story in our game, playing the last 20 minutes of a horror film with friends. Doing that, we spent a lot of time refining a rich variety of locations, indoor, outdoor, aliens, humans on the map, with a fair amount of randomly generated locations to keep the experience fresh. The clowns invade and land in different locations, which changes the flow of the match on the map. Keeps the humans players looking for the circus tent spaceship at the beginning of the game. There's probably gonna be like 3 or 4 places they can land, probably. Kind of like Friday the 13th, where they're chasing this shack. Could go different places, but it changed pretty much. If you knew the map, you knew like 2 places they were. So it might be more in this. We don't know. But he says, in addition, we want to interrupt the flow of players. In addition, we don't want to interrupt the flow of players as they get into the game. In a lot of the titles, including Friday the 13th, when you were killed, you were forced into spectator mode and stay in for the rest of the match. Why? It doesn't have to be that way. Friday the 13th, we had a chance to come back as Tommy Jarvis. We wanted to take it a step further. In Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the game spectating will happen a lot less frequently. So it offers a lot more interrupted, fun experience for players. When you play as a human, for example, you die, you can actually choose to respawn as one of the humans NPCs that are still alive on the map, but still in a challenge even here. As you might start as a cop with a couple weapons, then become an unarmed teen who's better at sneaking. So you can switch up things on you in an unexpected way, playing out a second, third, fourth story in the match. But at least you should get to keep playing as opposed to waiting on the sidelines. Then there is expected things, but I know that we've taken even these things to a new level. I mean, even be careful to not to go get out of the head of the marketing team here. But we were really excited about what are we doing with customization, our perk system. You know the team is doing something right in the big way when you're working on something and you yourself want to customize items and awards. Other than that, we've done a lot of Easter egging for horror fans. Great. A whole lot. There's going to be a ton of discussion in game and out. There's going to be secrets to hunt for, ones we think our community are really going to respond to. We're excited to think about people hunting down them and figuring it out. And I'm excited about that. I love that kind of stuff. If you're a true horror fan, you love finding this stuff. Say, oh my god, I remember that from the movie. That was in there. Oh, that was in the background. Oh my god, that kind of stuff. Now, the one thing I will say about respawning as a NPC, this could be good and bad. It depends on how their report system works. You're gonna have them players that just go in, run around, and get themselves killed constantly. I hope they put into where if a player gets killed 3 times in a short amount of time, they cannot spawn in because they're going to take down your humans, and that's going to drop down the numbers. People are trolls. People will do that. So that's going to be the first thing I have to check out when I play on the NPC side. How many times can I get killed and be respawn in? and just keep bringing down the team. Can I be a troll like that? I don't want to be a troll like that. I'm just saying people will do this. So hopefully I have something in the system for that, or you can report them players for wasting picks or wasting whatever they're called. All right, so what tone did Killer Klowns look to strike in the sea of competitors? So we're gonna skip the beginning. He says a good example of this is the things that we can be all fun and games while you are playing until you get to the crazy moments and then make you realize, why are we getting this M rating? Our kills, fatalities start irrelevant, harmless as the clowns start doing a goofy tricks to entertaining its human victims, but these quickly precedate or whatever, like crazy deaths that wouldn't expect. Of course, bleed with blood, gore, and confetti. So there's kills and fatalities. There's not just like zap zap, they're dead, they fall over. There's actually going to be fatalities, special kills, special spots to kill them, I assume. We don't have chainsaws or stab victims in Code House. Instead, you might be eaten alive by a flock of crazy balloon animals or kicked off the side on a mountain by the giant clown shoe, which sends you flying over the city just to create into the Central Park landing on another very surprised human who then just met a even crazier fate. Death embraces the wild side of the film and world we are creating in the game, giving players dramatic moments while they play. It's safe to say we're definitely having a lot of surprises in store, which is great to hear. The problem with Friday the 13th, if you played so many, you saw all the kills. It's gonna happen no matter what game, but I'm hoping they'll add stuff as we go. There's lots of ideas. There's so many ways you can kill people and that are funny and crazy. I think they can come up with more and add more. Yeah. The 3 versus 7 format is interesting one compared to others. You experiment with other formats like 2 versus 8, 1 versus 9, or was 3 versus 7 the way to go from the beginning? Okay, I want to give this a real full out answer here. It's a little long. So I'm going to read the whole thing to get everything right for you guys. So scrap in. Everyone knows Friday the 13th was a 1 versus 7. We were very happy with what we achieved through the international slate at this time. However, in designing Killer Klowns, we wanted to prove the player's experience, build off learning from the last project. Having only one killer puts a lot of, if not too much pressure on the responsibility on the single player who is assigned to be the killer. We took baby steps and tried to keep the same number of players and prototyped a 2 versus 6 with dual killers. Yes, there is a lot of pressure as a killer. Some people just like working alone. Yeah, it happens. But it is a lot of pressure on certain games. Like Friday the 13th, I can say, Jason, once people knew how to play the survivors, Jason had to be on point all the time. That's why they had to be cheap with the traps, because you knew as soon as they got the gas thing, they were taking it over, they were getting it in. You had to be cheap with stuff. You had to work all the exits. That's the first thing that Jason always did. That's how the game was built. With this, you don't have to worry about that so much because you can have other 2 people while you're chasing someone. Someone could be watching the ship, the spaceship. Someone could be setting traps while you're hunting. That's how it's going to work. All right, so this small changes paid off, and the prototypes delivered some really great improvements to the general balance because the 2 killers had help from each other. There's more relaxing, more fun because they could share the responsibilities of hunting, killing, and eventually driving the sanity of the match, intensity of the match. If one of them was struggling to kill the human, it was okay because they had a friend to help them. So the pressure to drive the match was more disturbed, not centered on a single player. By trying that 2 versus 6 breakdown, we also discovered that the killer were more collaborating, but also communicating to one another and sharing tips on how to hunt the humans. This was really encouraging and valuable because it meant the players were getting better at the game way faster because more effectively at the killers, thus creating a more fun challenge for the survivor. We could see how the knowledge could spread organic methods within the matches and in our matchmaking. This was exciting. The results were very encouraging. We decided to double down, try 2 versus 5 nets or 3 versus 5 nets. Our gambling paid off, and this three killer approach worked even better. Now we had a trio of killers, real vicious team. This 3 versus 5 structure meant that even one killer was forced on teaching something and more experienced peer or sharing a new tip, there was a third killer playing hunting down the humans and laying down traps while those two towns were busy talking to one another. This also helped to more evenly distribute the leadership duties because now there could be another clown who teaches you something. So the roles of mentor just alternated to whoever were closer to the moment you needed help, or who had specific techniques were mastered as they wanted to share with them. We also discovered that 3 versus 5 structure helped to provide much more thrilling experience for all players because having 3 killers created more unpredictable and immersed gameplay opportunities that other asymmetrical horror games, which are very limited to only a single killer. At this point, we were very happy how the killer experience felt. It was unique in all our own, with our 3 unique, powerful killers forming a formidable team. However, we have started putting the 3 versus 5 in the context of mass size and wanted to have, which had to large and more vary of the ones in Friday the 13th. We felt that the game didn't have enough human players to sustain the thrill experience, because if you have 3 towns forced on different potential victims, this would only leave 2 humans left to pursue escape or rescue opportunities or try to accomplish one of the quests to add pressure to the killer team. So a 3 versus 5 structure allowed the clown team to feel too safe and didn't provide enough challenge to sustain a counter pressure. Faithful, the fine folks in television games were able to work with their imagination and push their way through this, and we were able to get back the 7 humans while keeping our 3 killers. This new 3-7 structure provided the best of all worlds, because now even the 3 killers are busy trying to hunt down 3 potential victims. It meant that there were still 4 left somewhere on the map. Up to you, just the clowns. This could be working on saving others, advancing on objects, and basically just building up the pressure on the clowns. This increased counterbalance, helping to make the game a lot more fun and interesting for everyone to play and create more opportunities for crazy gameplay moments. In creating a really neat experience that feels helps push the asymmetrical horror genre in an interesting new direction up to the ante in the way we were originally set out to do. It's one of the things that we're really mostly excited about sharing with players, and we can't wait to see all the crazy gameplay moments that we will create with friends when the game launches. All right, so and then we got the clown with the ray gun with the puppet. Excuse me. So now so far are 5 human classes, 5 clown classes, and neat abilities and skills depending on the chosen class. Once you added objectives, PvE, and other systems, how do you ride the line of giving multiple systems to master without overwhelming these on Killer Town? So you should hop right in, stay playing only on a surface level, understanding the gameplay. However, the game is generally designed long haul, so there's a lot to discover. The players formulate their gameplay style and tactics, which need to change as the community larger learns more and more. This long-term fun, reacting new emerged tactics, still growing out of players who are playing against will keep you coming back for more, because of fun experiences things that can happen. Take chess, for instance. There's a lot of rules, learning to strategize and converge, which can keep players engaged for a lifetime. We want to create a Zen multiplayer match that we can create fun with both subtle and austy elements woven into great Bulligan depth. However, balance between wild outcomes, deep gameplay that stays fresh at a long period of time, but it has to pick up and play fresh. That can be tough for sure. We need to accessibility to audience just want to live out the Killer Clowns 80s fantasy. We're doing that, however, we are finding ways to let pro players dig in and enjoy complex, which are under the hood as well. It's clowny balance, acts, and fun the game design. Yes. Now they're going to go into that. How do you approach balance in the game? Like where 3 versus 7 setup naturally leads itself into be unbalanced, which positively on buffs, nerfs, and how quickly adjustment will happen. So this is a huge news. We are playing multiple beta testers will use their fullest potential to understand how their community wants to play the game. Our announcement received extremely positive game time. We want we now have hundreds of thousands of signups to play the game early. This is great news to the development team. Very much, they're going to take the third steps to develop tools to help the team gather player information, gameplay data, so we can help more informed decisions on main match agendas, secondary agendas, and Klowns' ability to balance among other things. They pretty much want to get our feedback, and they're going to collect data to look like the Klowns are killing humans a lot more here. Oh, all right, let's give them something here to help them get past that hurdle. Oh, the humans are always winning at the end or something. So it's going to be a balance issues. They're going to track down balance problems while analyzing info. Then once we put these things down, we can react and make quick decisions for the adjustments. The team works together to the point to change up varies of the game, and then we test out assumptions before pushing it live. We refrain from processing and we'll keep doing it so to launch and beyond. All right, so they talk about PvE is already a more neat approach for the game like this, where there is aspiration in the single player content via mission. Pretty much what it says is rounding out, they're focusing on this experience right now. But if they do single player anything at all, they want something you can go back and play several times to unlock even more content and something you're going to want to play again. So they mentioned exploring future content in Killer Klowns the game, expand the universe of native that dedicates process of crafting new Killer Klowns content while still remaining true to source material. So yes, they want to keep it in the Clown universe. They work hand in hand with IP holders. They always go back to them. The first thing they wanted to do is why they choose to invade that day. Well, it was April Fool's Day, for instance. Invading on April 1st ensured that no one will trust reports of their human content, candy cocoon harvest, as seen in the film. It's wacky fatality. Ran into ideas past the brothers. They were all for the making it canon in the game. So everything they're going to come up with pretty much has to be clear by them. They have season pass talking here. They talk about it a little bit. Has it been said the game will have seasons? Can you explain season pass system, how it worked, and all that kind of stuff? Yes, they will do a season plan. There'll be a lot of content unlocking to earn each season for character customization. Lots were pertain to that season's map theme. So every season is going to have a new map. Cool. A lot of content with some wild stuff, as well as earning through playing for both clown and human side. That's what Klowns are all about. Unexpected craziness. So the season maps and unlockable content will be in the vein. We will reveal a lot more information down the line. So they're not going into great detail. And I'm not going to read the bottoms. They pretty much just talk about like Friday the 13th. Did it kickstart? Like licensed multiplayer hard craziness? Yes, it did. And then they talked about how does it feel to be like a rival of Dead by Daylight, and they pretty much, not in a mean way anyway, just says like Dead by Daylight is a good game, but their problem is they get these new characters and they have to fit into how their gameplay works, and everyone has to put them up on hooks. That's pretty much the summons of the bottom. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know there was a lot of information in front of you. I will put the link down in the description if you want to read it yourself. I think this is great news. Multiple videos sounds great. Lots of people are going to get to play it because they want everyone to be able to try this out and get it balanced right, and hope everyone enjoys it. Then we got lots of stuff unlocked. I love locking stuff. That's keeping me focused on playing the game more. Yeah, everything I've heard so far sounds great. I'm super excited about it. I will also let you know I will be probably doing a video tomorrow for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, breaking down all the killers and going over their card and reading a little bit more information that they post tomorrow, because that'll be the last day they post the cards. So yeah, so keep it. If you want to follow that, hit the subscribe button so you know when I put that video up. It'll probably be later in the day. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next Killer Clown video. Peace.
Thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe.